Hi, this is Brett. Hey, I want to talk today about toxic light. Light is kind of an interesting thing. It reminds me a bit of cortisol, the stress hormone. It's good and it's bad. You should have high cortisol in the morning. It's good. It energizes you, makes you ambitious, gets you going, but you want low cortisol in the evening. So there are some things that are important to have at the right time. And when you think about light and how humans have lived for thousands or maybe even millions of years, there's a light spectrum, and the spectrum goes from red early in the morning and late at night is red, sunrise and sunset, and then it gets progressively more blue on the spectrum. At noon, at solar noon, it has the most blue. So when it's solar noon, when we're getting a ton of blue light, that tells our body it's the middle of the day. It's time to wake up. It's time to be ambitious. It's time to do things because it's the middle of the day. Well, with modern technology, especially screens, and many of you know this, they are loaded with blue light. If you've ever walked by a house or driven by a house, you can actually, if there are TVs on, you can literally see the blue light coming from the TV. It's that bright and it's that pronounced in the spectrum of blue. And so we're really polluted with a lot of blue light. And what blue light does is it suppresses the very important hormone called melatonin. And if you research melatonin, you will learn that it is very, very, very important. And when you're getting like solar noon blue light in the middle of the day and late at night, you're not going to produce any melatonin, or very little melatonin. And trust me, you cannot substitute by taking melatonin because it doesn't last very long in your system. You actually have to naturally produce it. So melatonin is a potent anti-cancer. It's also used in anti-aging therapy as well, and it really helps with your immune system. You can Google it, you can search it, but there are tons of benefits to melatonin. So really, ideally, we want to live in sync with nature. And what nature shows us is that during the day, we have lots of blue light. And how have people lived for thousands of years? What kind of lighting did they use in the evening? They'd use candlelight or fire. And what was the spectrum there? Very much on the red end of the spectrum. So what can you do? Am I telling you don't watch TV, don't use your phone, don't use your computer? No, I always give you actionable tips of how you can make things better. This actionable tip actually got some interesting looks at the health fair last night because I was the guy who was rocking the shades. And what these are is not only are they stylish and make you look super cool, well, maybe not, but truthfully there are some that are more expensive that make you look super cool. But what these are blue blocking lenses, and they're about $10 on Amazon. I'll put a link to them. They make several different pairs, but you don't want to just get orange glasses because they have to be very, very specific. And they make a set that goes over your existing glasses as well. And again, they're $10 or something like that. And you can spend a lot of money on these and get the super fancy ones. There are a lot of people talk about them. I just get the cheap ones. So these block the blue light. And so what I do is at dusk, ideally, or just set a timer, 7 o'clock at night or 5 o'clock, whatever, as long as you're not out in public, or if you're brave, some people are willing to do what it takes to get good sleep. And this will really, really help your sleep. So, because you'll be producing melatonin. So you just pop these on late at night, and now you can watch your screens. You can watch TV. Now it's ideal to turn down the brightness on your screens. And there's another thing that many of you know about. It's a free application that will actually block the blue light from your screen that you should do as well. In case you don't have your glasses on or whatever, you'll notice that doing these little things will block the blue light, which is toxic light in the evening. You do not want blue light. It's like getting jet lag. Everybody has jet lag and they don't even know it because it's just normal because we're all exposed to all this blue light. So there's an app called Flux, Flux, and it is a free application, and it automatically syncs with the sunrise and sunset, and it calibrates your screen. As long as you're not doing intensive graphic work where you have to have very specific color, it just fades out the blue in the evening, so your screen looks a little bit weird, but you can see everything just fine. It works on your phone, works on your computer. As far as the TV, I'm not aware of anything that you can do other than wearing the styling shades. So that is the thing with toxic light. It's important to, thanks guys for all the likes. It's important to avoid blue light at night. A couple things I do is the other thing with light that's important is overall lux, which is the overall brightness of the light. So I nerded out and got a lux meter. And part of the problem is we don't get enough light during the day. So no matter how bright your lights are inside, it's always 10 to 100 times brighter outside than it is inside. So it's important to get outside, especially early in the morning. That tells your body, oh, the sun's out. It sets your circadian rhythms, tells your body it's daytime. So even just for 5 or 10 minutes, go for a quick little walk, do some exercise outside, check your phone, your messages, whatever outside, so that you're getting that, so you're setting your circadian rhythms. So being outside is really important because the light is full spectrum and it's 10 to 100 times brighter according to a lux meter. So in the evenings, you want to have the lights as dim as possible, ideally. It's really going to improve things. The other thing you can do is you can get orange little night lights. That's what I do. I'm all over the house, and at night it's just super dim in the house, and I don't even have to wear these unless I'm using a screen or something like that. So this is a really handy tool. It's inexpensive, and that way you can live in modern society and yet have a lot of health benefits by avoiding the blue light, avoiding the toxic light, and make sure you get out during the day and get plenty of natural sunlight. So I hope that helps. I'm sure it will. And I would love to hear your comments below. And if you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask them below. And after a little while, I'm going to post an article of that Mercola wrote on this topic. And then I'll post the links to the less expensive glasses. You'll have to search for the more expensive ones because I don't know about those. So have a great day.